Okay.
Thanks for that.
All right.
All
Three,
right.
two,
All
one.
right.
We're on.
One more time.
Three, two, one.
Wait.
And the cameras are way off. I'll fix this. Welcome to the Nightly Grind.
And everything's fucked up.
Today is December 19th. December 9th, 2016. We're not that close to Christmas Eve.
Man, we are just on fire tonight, bud.
We are very much on fire. So
Set
we got
yourself on fire.
we got a few pieces of news to discuss, as well as a whole bunch of videos. I don't know what's going on with those. They're fine for now. Whatever. We'll figure out that later. The first piece of news that's up. A new Insurgency game is going to be coming out in 2017. It's going to be called Insurgency Sandstorm. It will be available for PC as well as Mac and all those, and a PS4 and Xbox One. They're bringing in another company to help them switch it over to consoles.
It's just a current game, though, right?
It looked like it was a new game. They're updating it to Unreal Engine 4. It looks new, almost completely. So it will also.
Sorry, is this the one they were actually talking about releasing on consoles?
This is the one they're releasing on consoles.
All right.
It's also going to include a single-player game, which the current one does not have. And there's going to be a huge focus on esports, apparently, which I don't know how. I'm not into companies pushing the esports for their own game. It should sort of develop naturally, as far as I'm concerned.
The only thing that makes me concerned about this is Insurgency's fun, but I think the three of us, particularly Bone, me, and Torn, can think about this. America's Army did the same exact thing, and God, that was horrible. When they released the console version of America's Army, it was atrocious.
Yeah. Yeah. The console version of America's Army was not good.
I remember us saying something like, "See, that's what you get for having a console."
Yeah.
It was nothing like the regular game. And it really, I think it boils down to, and maybe that's why they're getting somebody else to do it with them who knows about consoles. I forget the other developer's name. I'm sorry. But they have console experience, and a lot of that is in how the auto aim works. And so I think they can transfer it over to a console. It's just more difficult.
Yeah.
But hopefully they do a good job with it. I'd like to see them do well. They're a good developer. I like them. They were also working with the guys that are doing the game Battalion 1942, I think it's called. It was the Kickstarter that I got involved with, and I've been following somewhat loosely over the past year or so as they've started their development. And these are the guys. The Insurgency guys are one of the teams that they sort of they're in discussions with about Unreal Engine and stuff like that. So I hope they do well.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. The next GTA 5 expansion is going to be focusing on stealing cars, expanding on the supply chains that were introduced in Further Adventures of Finance and Felony. And that was the one where you are like the CEO and you sort of have a crew together.
You could only play with your three friends.
You can only play with your three friends.
You needed to have a shit ton of money to do anything.
Yeah, the game.
Money in the game is
Expanded that out though. Didn't the last one have eight players?
Yeah, for the motorcycle gang.
The motorcycle gang, yeah, that's right.
Money that was primarily PvP.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
So
is this update live now? The GTA 5 one? I don't think it's updated yet.
I don't know if the newest one is. The biker gang's been out, but
the biker gang one, yeah.
Yeah. I think we did that for like one night, and nobody was playing it.
And we ran into a hacker. And he gave us a bunch of money, and we bought some motorcycles to see what it looked like.
Yeah, that was like kind of the fun we had for that, like the 20 minutes. And then after that, it was literally like, yeah, let's go play something else.
Yeah.
So I think they really need to push PvE content and make it more.
Which this looks like it should be.
Do shit. It's still the hackers in that game. It's not the fact that the money transaction in the game is horrible to begin with, and it's impossible. It's not really. Even if you play and you're having fun to a point, it's not really making the money worthwhile to actually do anything. And since there's not really much PvE content to begin with, you can do everything in like one sitting and you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just to me it's just it ends up being just you run around doing stupid shit. You get hackers involved. They throw you a lot of money, and then you get bored and go play something else. It's
Yeah.
That's verbatim what happened to us the last time we played it.
Yeah.
you
We
know,
did. We tried some of the new stuff. We got killed over and over again by a hacker and got bored. He gave us a bunch of money. We went and bought some motorcycles because the prices on them are absurd. It's
Yeah.
just a grind fest to get money for the game. And then we were done because we saw what there was to see.
Yeah.
Rockstar says it's going to take talent, and this is in quotes, talent, coordination, and tactical use of new special vehicles for CEOs and their organizations to successfully boost, modify, and resell the most desirable vehicles for top dollar.
bullshit.
So that is PvE content.
Yeah, in an open PvP
We'll see.
world with a hacker with the fucking minigun that shoots rockets. So I mean, it's
Or kittens that blow
Whatever.
up.
you know, you could be meticulous design and planning, and then have a guy basically running around dry humping you and killing you at the same time.
Absolutely.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah, they need to crack down.
The worst part about it is that some of the stuff wouldn't be bad per se. Even some of the biker gang stuff wouldn't be bad, but since it forces you to do it on a public server where you can't lock it down, which to me is stupid. Because all you're doing is making money, and it's like they want to make it as challenging as possible to get money in the game, so you have to eventually go, you know, you're going to want to buy or spend real money to get the fake money. It's stupid. Because like I said, I think we might have had fun with the biker shit, but it seemed like with the biker shit was all like take territory and defend it from other players. And if there's nobody else on there doing it, then you're just sitting there for 20 minutes doing nothing. And if generally the one guy that came and tried to take the territory from us was a hacker. So we literally were like tearing his car up from a distance, and then he just pretty much laughed at us. So it was just, I don't know.
It was silly, to be sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely ruins the game experience. Anybody else? No? Okay. China has just passed new regulations, and I think they're in effect already, but I'm not 100% sure if they're in effect right now or not. It may be coming up soon. The new regulations that will force online games with loot boxes to publicly announce the item drop rates. So you sort of know when I pay this amount of money for the loot boxes, I have this percentage chance of getting this cool item or whatever. I think it's a pretty good idea.
Take
see.
that, Blizzard.
And a million other companies that are doing the stupid loot boxes.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, shit.
I wonder if maybe they won't boost some drops for the Chinese region so everybody can say, oh, look, I have a really high chance of getting this cool thing. And then in every other region, they drop it.
Let's face it, China. They just do it for China because they know the Chinese will farm the fuck out of it and then sell it to the Westerners. So
Unless they're separate servers.
yeah,
So what if you have some kind of thing that boosts your percentage of getting something rare or something in loot boxes? I don't know if any games do that.
Yeah,
But
I
would
don't
they
know.
have to post the odds of getting whatever with the boosted rates?
I guess it depends on how the boost is done. If the boost says increased chance of rares, they'll probably have to tell you. But the nitty gritty. I didn't go through the nitty gritty of the law. It was pretty lengthy.
Leave it to the Asians to make laws about gaming.
Yeah,
it is a large part of the economy in parts of that world. I mean,
Right.
Korea pretty much lives on gaming.
it's
so-
consumer protection too, which I think is a good idea. I like it. We'll see how it works in practice, obviously, but I think it's a good idea. So there's not some shady thing where it's like a 0.0001% chance to get the thing that everybody really wants.
Oh, there is.
I think it's just
You'll
yeah,
know about it.
You'll know
yeah,
it, yeah.
I think it's just a way for the farming companies to actually have, they can now police their indentured servants better. If you play X amount of hours, you should be able to get X amount of, legendary rare items that they can then resell. So
This is the loot box. This is like paid loot boxes, though. I think it's paid. I don't think it's just random
So the
in-game
question I
stuff.
would have is are we dealing with the paid loot boxes in say Overwatch, or are we dealing with a loot box system like Counter Strike where you have to buy keys, right? Ninja, isn't that how it works with the loot boxes there?
Overwatch, you can pay for them as well, right?
You can pay for them you can get them free through leveling, or you can pay for them, and yeah.
I have a feeling that it's probably anything you can pay for.
But I mean, yeah, but wouldn't that be the same thing for like a Counter-Strike game? Because you get the
Yeah.
you get the loot box for free, but you can't do shit with it unless you
Without
buy
a key. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same
So
thing.
that would be
Yep.
the same aspect. It would have to
Yes.
give you your chances of what you're going to get inside.
It's more all encompassing than just loot boxes. They didn't just say quote loot boxes. It's more all encompassing than that.
See,
yeah,
Guild Wars
if I can
kind of the
find the
same way.
actual
You can
language.
collect these chests, but you have to have keys in order to open them all.
Yeah. It includes all that kind of crap too. There it is. This came through NeoGAF. So they translated part of it. Quote, Section 2.6, online game publishers shall promptly publicly announce information about the name, property, content, quantity, and draw/forge probability of all virtual items and services that can be drawn or forged on the official website or dedicated drawn probability webpage of the game. The information on the draw probability shall be true and effective. Online game publishers shall publicly announce the random draw of results by customers on notable places of official websites or in-game, and keep records for government inquiry. The record must be kept more than 90 days. When publishing the random draw results, some measures should be taken place to protect user privacy. So not only do they have to publish the internal stuff, they then have to say this is what people are actually getting.
Yeah. Still sounds like the same thing.
Yeah. But let me see how long it actually is. It's pretty lengthy. It's all in obviously Chinese. I don't know how good Google Translate would be at it. It's not bad. I'll link the page on the chat if anybody wants to see it. But I think it's a good idea. But I mean, it's a wait and see type of thing. Anybody have anything else to say about it?
Not
Okay.
really.
All right. Red Dead Redemption apparently is available on PC now, thanks to the PlayStation Now service, which we talked about several months ago. I don't know if anybody's ever tried it or anybody even has it. I'm wondering if it's an indication that maybe Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming to PC, which would be nice. Maybe at a later date, sort of like how they did GTA 5, where it was like a year later and it finally came to PC. But I'd like to see Red Dead Redemption 2 come to PC. But you can play Red Dead Redemption 1 right now on PC if you have the PlayStation Now service. Apparently, what was that?
Nothing. I was gonna say you can play like PlayStation games. Where the fuck's Benthans when you need him? Because I'm sure he knows more about
Yeah,
that.
you can
than I
play
do.
all kinds of stuff on the PC now with PlayStation Now.
Yeah.
Really?
I guess it's like a bunch of older games like Shadow of the Colossus, like some of the Splinter Cell games, like stuff like that.
Shit, Shadow of the Colossus would be worth the price of admission.
All right.
That game's fucking fantastic.
a lot of cool games that were PS4 or not PS4, PS3, PS2 stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Does it
Red
have
Dead
country
Redemption's
built in
PS3,
I
right?
don't know what the price is, but
Yeah, I forget now.
I know it's a monthly fee. It's probably
Yeah.
like $19.99. I would assume
it's
probably something like that.
We talked about it a long time ago now.
I think it'd be worth it if you played a lot of those games, but
Right.
Shadow of the Colossus, awesome.
yes.
And we'll be discussing its sequel in a little bit.
I've been watching the playthrough of The Last
Guardian. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it does. We can skip to that. Last Guardian
It's
and
better
Final
be fucking-
Fantasy.
It's been in fucking production for a decade.
Yeah, I was gonna say well, that's part of it. The Last Guardian and Final Fantasy 15 have both released within a week of each other, and they're both 10 years in development.
I was gonna say it was originally announced to come out on the PlayStation 2. So,
PlayStation Now is 1 month for $9.99 and 12 months for $99.99.
ooh, you get 2 months free.
That's not bad.
And you can do
$10.
a seven-day free trial too.
I mean, yeah, it really depends on what games you can play.
450
For $10.
plus games, it says.
I wonder how many of them are actually decent.
Yeah, how many of them are just crap? So they both released within the week of each other, and they're both getting fairly good reviews. There are a few outliers out there. I think it was Last Guardian, the Jimquisition, really kind of nailed them to the cross a little bit. It's like a 65 out of 100 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't.
Oh, you can play Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption.
You can play Red Dead Redemption on PS now.
That's what we just said.
And Catherine and Beyond Two Souls and Silent Hill.
There's a
HD
lot of good games
Collection,
there.
Which you don't want to play.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Which you do wanna
Fury,
play.
Last of Us, God of War.
Ooh, The Last of Us.
Uncharted.
God of War is awesome.
Oh my goodness, there are a lot of cool games.
I've seen all the videos for Last of Us because I don't have a PS.
Katamari Forever.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so much fun.
That is a acid flashback game. You literally need to be doing drugs to have fun with that. Drugs or drinking, one of the two.
The 7-day trial might be worth it, depending on how they have it set up. I mean, if the 7-day trial is like,
Does it have multiplayer over it by chance? I mean, granted, console games, the majority of console games are single player. I'm just curious.
With PlayStation Now?
sounds like a
Just in
bunch of the
general?
games. Sounds like a bunch of the games they're offering are all single player.
I know
Yeah.
some of them have local multiplayer, but
Oh, fuck that.
I only play it on PlayStation,
If
so
games
I don't know.
include online multiplayer modes, you'll be able to access these just as you would if you owned the game on disc or download.
Alright, so basically it's going to be through the PlayStation Network, so yeah, okay.
Who wants to download PS Now with me?
I might.
I have it on PlayStation.
I have a PlayStation 4 back that I used to play Netflix.
I'm gonna be playing it on my PC.
Here's what you need to get started on a Windows PC. A compatible Windows PC, DualShock 4 controller,
Oh,
optional
I have one.
DualShock wireless adapter, PlayStation Network account, current PS Now subscription or 7-day free trial, 5 megabytes or greater internet connection.
I think my motherboard has Bluetooth, so I could just connect straight to my motherboard.
Well, I don't know about you might be able to. The PlayStation's a little bit
Yeah.
with it.
It connects to
but
the Steam Link, no problem.
the PlayStation 4 controller is actually built to work with Microsoft. PlayStation 3, not so much.
It's a PS4 controller.
Yeah, PS4 controller will
Yeah.
work fine on with the USB connection. It's a USB. Yeah.
Oh no, I have a Bluetooth in my motherboard. I mean,
Yeah,
so I think it should connect to that.
DualShock
It's
3,
just-
DualShock 4.
I'm not sure if that'll work. Like I said, Sony's been. I know the PlayStation 3 was a different connection than most Bluetooth. You had to have a special connection because they were being unique.
It works on the Steam Link really well. It recognized it right away. It connects immediately. So at least with that, they did a good job.
Well, a lot of the mistakes they made with the PlayStation 3, they definitely addressed and fixed in the PlayStation 4. So
Yeah. Yeah, well, I forget when we got it. Last Christmas, maybe? So Piper and I could play games together. Apparently, Battlefield will not be returning for another, quote, couple of years, according to EA's CFO. They're banking on their new Star Wars Battlefront title for next year at the very least, and potentially further to the future than that. Wouldn't give any sort of date as to when the next one. I don't know if we'll see one in
I
2018.
bet the next one's going to be Future.
Maybe.
World War II.
Or Civil War.
World War II.
I want to see a Civil War game. Let's see him bring some automatic
Yeah, I
weapons
wanna
into that.
I want to see
We're all standing together on a
fully
line.
automatic rifles because we know they'll do it now.
He'll be really good at reloading.
Computers and fucking random psychotic shit that didn't exist except for like in paperwork. You know?
You try to take cover and it forces you to stand back at the front line.
Everybody will be running around with Gatling guns.
The enemy team has gotten cannons.
Enemy team is calling in, artillery. Little did we know that for some crazy motherfucker somewhere made a like armored fucking wagon, with horses that are behind armor, and that'll be the new tank for Battlefield in that case, because you gotta have tanks.
That's
God
good.
forbid you don't have tanks in Battlefield. I'm thinking World War II. I'm thinking they're gonna
They could.
I'm betting on Future.
I could go either way. That's for sure. I could see future, and I could definitely see going back to World War II. People have liked the World War One setting, other than it being not at all realistic. But nobody really, at least we didn't really expect it to be.
I was really hoping, but
Yeah, I sort of assumed that they were going to be
I still
that
like. I
realistic.
really do enjoy the game. I've been avoiding it, which is just because I've been playing Minecraft, thanks to somebody starting a fucking Minecraft server. But
Yeah,
I-
Torn. That was all you.
Torn.
you want some crack? You know, Legos for adults. But it's I like the game a lot, and I'm still hoping to see some different maps. And I'd like to see him make an actual trench warfare map, where something crazy as like sticking your head outside the trench line, you're dead instantly. Like, something like that. I don't know. I still think it would be interesting to see him switch around and make some more true to World War II or World War One type maps and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
There's a little bit of trenches here or there, but there's nothing really extensive at all.
The main problem I had is that the game is still way too open.
Mhm.
Some of the maps are really claustrophobic, which is good. My favorites is the actual town map, because everything's like really close cornered and there's not really
Yeah.
any really long range combat. And it really makes, especially when you're playing hardcore, it makes the map fun because it's a lot more interesting. The problem with the hardcore servers that I've had is it still pretty much falls back into the old hardcore servers with Battlefield, which is everybody ends up picking up a sniper rifle and then running to the farthest corners of the map. And just it turns into like 3 people capturing flags and everybody else trying to snipe. And in some of the maps, it's so fucking open that it's just like the Italian map. Tor knows what I'm talking about. That Italian map, like with the fortresses on top. It gets really fun when you're like trying to go inside the actual fortresses and some of the trenches, but the rest of the map is literally like open fucking high ground, low ground snipers. It's like if you get caught in the middle, you're dead.
You know it's bad when the goats have snipers.
So I mean, it's just some of the maps you can really tell they really just like it's way too.
And I truly hate snipers. I don't mind saying that. All you snipers out there in Battlefield Land, I hate you.
I just
You are the
I
scum
wish
of
you'd
the
all
earth.
fucking die.
see, but this is. I was on a server once, and I was bitching. There were a bunch of the general chat that you were talking there, and I think it would be a lot better if they just took away they made them iron sights. You could still dominate with iron sights, but it does add a level of difficulty where you can't
Yeah.
you can't shoot super long range with the fuck, because there shouldn't be fucking telescopic fucking good accuracy with a rifle anyway. I mean, nothing about the game is realistic or even remotely World War One. But it would be nice to see if you could do some server mods where you force people that they can't use telescopic rifles. I know they can do it because I've played on servers that only let you use pistols and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So there's ways you should be able to like say you cannot use this kit unless it's if you like you won't be able to use the marksman or the carbine versions of some of the weapons, which usually that's the red dot sights.
Infantry server.
Yeah. So it would be forcing you to use iron sights only. I think that would make it a lot more interesting because there are weapons in the game that they use them just primarily because you have a scope, and it makes a huge difference in hardcore. Huge difference. So
Yeah.
but
Okay.
Alrighty. Apparently, Rocket League is going to be getting, or has. I don't. This one's an old piece of news because we haven't met in a few weeks. They're going to be getting Steam Workshop support, and it just says sometime in December. But we're at the beginning of December, so it could be later on. They're going to allow user-created levels, which will be able to be imported and played on the PC, Mac, and Steam OS platforms, which I think could be really cool. If you get somebody who does a really nice map, they could incorporate it into the game eventually or something along those lines. I like the idea.
Or those of us who just can't shoot a goal to save our life and just run around trying to destroy everybody else. Maybe there's a map for us now.
play with Anti for 5 minutes, and you'll be told how bad you suck. So
I think it's a great idea that they're opening it up to the community the way they are.
you'll see. I think it'll be interesting to see what they can do. let's face it, some of the best fucking shit have come out of the modding community. So
Yeah.
you know, it should be interesting to see what they can do with it. They might make the game even more.
It's not like it's a map. I mean, we're just talking a small arena. It's, you know.
Well, I'm saying even that, it'll be interesting what they do. I mean, God only knows what you're going to come into. I mean, some of the maps they released are a little bit stupid.
Are we going to be able to
So-
mess with physics and stuff, or
You can mess with physics as it is now.
no? When we make our own,
I'm saying Corn's like, we'll be able to. Are they going to open up modding for all levels or just map creation?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah. Because if we can mess with physics, you can come up with like moon planets and all kinds of.
It looks like the workshop support just came out 2 days ago.
Oh, nice.
So there it
So you
is.
can
So
try
we
it.
haven't played Rocket League.
You can try it out. You can try it out now. It's worth looking into, for sure. I'm curious to see what people end up doing with it and how extensive it is too. If you can mess with the physics of the map, or if you can set like the default physics settings and things like that. I don't know. It'd be pretty cool.
Well, it may just be that you can. It's custom, so you can adjust that stuff right through the main menu. You know, like that's all built in. So.
Okay.
We'll see. Like I said, if they're going to open up the modding for map community, then I'm sure they'll open up modding for all aspects of the game. It'd be kind of stupid not to.
Yeah.
Only thing they probably won't do is modding of cars because they're still using that to generate revenue. So
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they've done a good job. And if you saw the No Clip documentary on Rocket League, it's really good, and we're going to talk about them in a minute. Just the development cycle of how Rocket League came about is really interesting, and their theory on giving away their game to millions of people. Like, there's the first day the servers couldn't handle it because way more people downloaded than they expected it to. So it was really interesting. But they discuss, how they're only planning on charging for cosmetics and things like that, and it was really interesting. But they seem to be doing really well. So
it's still
yeah.
more power to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've developed a good system that they got going on. So a game that we saw a video of a little while ago called Sea of Thieves. You may remember it. It's sort of like the cooperative pirate type game. They're offering a chance for people to join a quote insider program, which is essentially turning Sea of Thieves into like a Star Citizen type of development. They will be giving out more detailed information to people on the insider team during the rest of the development about all things Sea of Thieves, the PTU builds, and stuff like that. So sort of like the Star Citizen newsletter. Oh, I forget what it's called.
I'm already in
You're already in what?
the insider program.
Oh, for Sea of Thieves.
Yes.
Cool. And did you get anything yet?
I just got a secondary email that talks about them. The development process is coming up shortly, like within the next week or so, and they'll start talking about what they're gonna need people to do. That's it.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm excited for that game. See how it pans out. It looked like a lot of fun.
Your oratory skills are masterful, Torn.
I'm just keeping it simple, man. Keeping it real.
We talked about Last Guardian, Final Fantasy 15 already, and No Clip, which we just sort of discussed a little bit. They just released a trailer for their next documentary. They did Rocket League last time. It was a 2-part series. They're going to be doing one about the new Doom game. This time it's called Doom Resurrected.
How not to do multiplayer.
It's called Doom Resurrected. The what's it called team didn't do the multiplayer. Somebody else did.
Okay, how not to outsource multiplayer. I don't really give a shit,
Yeah. They're going to be in 3 parts on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. From what I could tell from the trailer, it looks like it's going to be the development history of the new Doom. It looks pretty interesting based on the trailer. It's a couple-minute trailer. You can check it out now called Doom Resurrected. We don't need to watch it. But it looks good. And he did a really good job with the Rocket League one. I highly recommend going to check it out if you're into that game at all. There's 2 maybe 10-minute videos, but they're really well done. In tech news, according to a new leak, AMD's upcoming Zen SR7 8-core flagship CPU will allegedly sell for $499
Wow,
is
that's
apparent-
expensive as fuck for a game.
and is apparently going to be outperforming Intel's 8-core i7, the 5960X, which is $1,000. I question what they mean by outperforming, because oftentimes they say that and it's like outperforming in this one area. I mean, it's half the cost. It seems kind of crazy. But new info is going to be live streamed.
Boots up faster.
I'd be,
Yeah, it boots up faster.
I'd be willing to bet that by outperforming, what they mean is that it will literally let you use your computer as a space heater. Because as I still have, even though I've completely gone away from AMD and I am now using an Intel i7 and a GTX 1080, I still have a little bit of love for AMD, but let's face it, AMD are space heaters to begin with. So I'm assuming that chip is going to literally be, it's probably gonna run really hot. You know, you're gonna have to get an aftermarket cooler to really push it, and they probably will want you to put. AMD's always been friendly with, hey, put a water block on there and it'll work better, because you know that way it's not the temperature of the surface of the sun.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, apparently they're going to be live streaming a whole bunch of info about it on the 13th, which is Monday or Tuesday, something like that, right? Today's the 9th. So, Monday.
we'll have to ask our resident fanboy when he gets back.
Well, he's the one that let me know they're going to be live streaming on the 13th. You can find more info at amd.com.
AMD.
But I'm curious to see how they think it's going to be, quote, better.
Don't never underestimate AMD, because let's face it, they do have that every like 5 to 6 years they do come out with something that literally makes Intel go, oh shit, we got to go back to the drawing room, and then Intel comes back with something usually 10 times better. But AMD does now and then really push Intel to stop just making the same chip just slightly better for $500 more.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully it does that. Yeah, absolutely.
competition does breed.
And how does that also trickle down to the other chips? This is obviously the flagship. How is that going to influence the one that would compete with the i5 or the normal i7 and or the i3?
Yeah.
I'm always curious to see how that trickles down. Other than that, we have a bunch of videos.
Videos.
Zelda, Death Stranding, Last of Us 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, The Mummy, and Assassin's Creed.
I think we've seen enough of Assassin's Creed and Zelda.
Alrighty.
Please God, no more Assassin's Creed.
I always throw it in there just to
It just came out today. I didn't throw it by anybody to see
Which
what
is
it's
nice, because in 2 weeks you'll be able to get it on DVD.
Yeah.
So up first then is the new Death Stranding trailer, which came out during the Video Game Awards a few weeks ago now.
I'm excited to see what this game is about.
This is the Kojima game.
Yes,
Do we have more video of a guy rubbing oil in his nipples?
I mean,
almost. That's the equivalent of what we get here.
Pretty close.
Oh, it's a dead crab. It's another dead crab. Different species of crab, though. Come on, Bone. You're the scientist. What are they?
Crab.
They're crabs. Thank you, Bone.
That's a baby.
We
We've
have the
got
insight.
crabs, everyone.
Indistinct crabs. Another freaking baby.
Sky Raiders, lovely. Solid Snake, the later years.
Did he have brain surgery or something? Look, his head's all scarred up.
So this obviously takes place during the, late 50s, early 60s.
Maybe.
Well, they're Sky Raiders. At least they looked like Sky Raiders.
I mean, it could be an alternate timeline. There's tanks covered in tentacles.
And we all know where this is going.
I've seen enough.
That is a
to know
panther.
where this is going.
It looks like a panther.
Or an M60 it could even be. I mean, look at that thing. You don't know
I'm
what
just
that
looking
is.
at the armor. The armor has the very. Actually, you know what? That could have been an M10 tank destroyer too, because they had that
Shit's weird, man.
Mm-hmm.
Another baby. What the fuck?
Der fuck.
Apparently, this is where babies come from.
The question has finally been answered.
When Kojima really loves a game.
That looks like a big.
What in the world?
Stroke, baby. What up?
Oh my gosh.
That's terrible.
This is called Death Stranding. It's Kojima's newest venture after he left Konami.
We're still not really what the.
We don't know what the hell it's
We don't
about.
know what the hell is going on with this game.
Every time I see a thing for it, it gets more and more
It
confusing.
gets more and more fucking like psychotic,
It's bizarre.
It's really bizarre.
and for some reason I want to play it.
Kojima unhinged.
Hey, Call of Duty!
Okay, they're using Garans. The guy in the back is using an M16.
An M16 or an M4, yeah.
It's definitely based around the AR-15 platform.
That's Mads
And
Mikkelsen.
now he looks like he's a German.
That's Mads Mikkelsen. Do you know him?
It sounds
You should. I always talk about him. He played Hannibal on the Hannibal TV show.
Okay. And he has tentacles, but they're digital tentacles.
He's Doc
Oh, we're
Ock.
taking the Japanese stuff to a whole new level.
And he also seems to be crying blood.
That black stuff you
Or
see on the
oil.
ground. Yeah. It looks awesome. It looks weird is what it looks like.
There's that baby again.
Don't go into the light.
And the belly's stapled shut and a blue
What
eye.
in the world?
This one's
Oh.
opening the same eye.
Yes, that means something.
So that's Mads Mikkelsen, which was revealed that he's going to be in it.
I don't know who this is, but I have a particular set of skills.
Does anybody need to see anything else about that? You want to go back see anything?
I mean,
I think you can watch that 10 times to see something you missed last time.
I think I watched it 10 times and still don't have a fucking idea what the hell's going
I'll
on.
give the link in chat for anybody that wants to see it.
It looks pretty, but the shiny stuff's really shiny.
Let's put it this way: it's a fucking Kojima game, so it's already going to be convoluted and
Well,
psychotic.
the tank was German, wasn't it?
I don't know. Like I said, they look American. They look like
It looks like mixed weapons and countries type thing.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, it looked like some of the soldiers were carrying Garans and AR-15 platform,
But
obviously.
didn't they also come in starting off as skeletons and then gain the facial features and stuff?
See, the barrel doesn't look anything World
They
War
stayed.
II.
I think they stayed skeletons.
Could be an Abrams. I mean, who did the or
No. The armor
it's
The armor
weird.
looks like an M10
Yeah,
tank destroyer, but the barrel's not right.
we have the fucked up baby.
Is your lock is tight?
Look at his head.
What does his shirt say? Roll back to like the very beginning when you see him walking.
Says, "Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?"
Right here. Hold on.
It's
United
America with the spider web on it.
Maybe it's like the video game version of Man in the High Castle.
Alternative history.
Yeah.
Alternate history.
Yeah, it could
I'm
be.
thinking there was some sort of massive.
Hey,
world
did you
war
guys see he's
after
got
that.
that scar across his forehead?
Yeah,
That's a
I mentioned it.
lobotomy.
Yeah, I
That's-
said maybe he had brain surgery or something.
It's a lobotomy.
Oh,
okay.
jeez. Whoops.
It works.
Well, it screws up the view for
What
everybody
is he
else.
looking at? Is my question.
Yeah, what scared him?
Apparently not tentacles or skeletons.
Maybe those
so
giant whales that were on the
It
ground
could
when
be
we
the
watched.
airplane.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true. Yeah.
He was looking at the
Obviously,
airplane,
seeing
yeah.
Norman Reedus half naked.
rubbing oil on his nipples.
Run!
We get a better view of that pin? No, we don't.
I think it says bridges.
Which would be fitting because he's standing next to a bridge.
If you go back to the beginning part, that's the easiest to see. When it like zooms real close to you. Right there. Bridges.
Bridges, yeah. Badges?
Badges are
Center of the web is in
DC
DC Baltimore area.
So they're wearing masks, right? Those aren't actual skeletons.
They look like
Are
skeletons.
they actual
They look like
skeletons? Maybe
The
they
ones that
are.
were marching up above were too.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they are. Looks like they are carrying Abrams. Or,
Maybe they're World War II soldiers. They've like
in modern
zombies.
combat.
World War II zombies.
I'm sorry. This really looks like a Rammstein video right now.
Yeah, those are skeletons.
Those are skeletons
And they're connected to him.
via the fiber wire.
Yeah. It's fucked up, man.
Hey, look at the compass.
This is going.
Did you hear about the look, go back, watch
Was
the
it
compass.
spinning?
Yep,
It is spinning.
it is spinning crazily, which means that the magnetic field
Maybe he's got a magnet inside him.
battery's changing the magnetic field.
He's Tony Stark.
No, it's still spinning when it goes down too.
So
I'm
We'll
really,
get to Tony Stark in a little bit.
I'm really.
And then the baby freakily opens his eye.
look at the stomach of the baby. It's stitched
I'm
open
telling you,
like
man,
it
it
was in the
is-
first.
That's where it was connected.
Hmm.
Hey, baby.
It freaking looks like Liam
Hey,
Neeson.
baby. Quit selling weed.
Also, somebody did a what's it called? Like a cut of both trailers going on at the same time.
Yeah.
And when he hooks the baby up to his thing, like in the container, it's the same part that Norman Reedus hooks, or like it shows him with the umbilical cord thing.
See,
It's
it's
so
psychotic.
It's weird.
It's
Weird.
There's without a doubt Kojima's sending like subliminal messages and shit. But the thing is it's a Kojima production, okay? You're never gonna understand what the fuck he
We'll play through the whole game. We'll play through the whole game and be like, what did I just do?
You're gonna have to wait till like,
It's a cry for help.
Stranding 4, and it'll be 5 hours of gameplay and 5 hours of gameplay and 23 hours of fucking movie. And don't get me wrong,
It was all a dream.
I loved every fucking minute of Metal Gear Solid 4. That game was fantastic. But I remember playing it, it was like 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, and I just got to the end of the game, and I'm like, I should go to bed, but I'm going to watch the ending, because, whatever. It was like 2 fucking hours of ending movie. I'm sitting there like, please, God, make it go. I want to go to bed. And it's just like, my God. Every time you think it's over, it's another hour fucking movie. So, it was still fantastic. Don't get me wrong. It was still fantastic.
That's why I like the Kojima games. They're just all so bizarre and weird and
They're definitely bizarre.
But there's
Usually fun.
literally, there's going to be shit that makes no sense. And Kojima will just sit there and smile and laugh as if you should
Like he
understand.
gets it and we don't. So.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you understand all this crap? And it's like, because I wasn't paying attention to like what was on the cell phone screen in the scene behind the character talking, because I didn't have the resolution to read the text message. It's like, so I'm still gonna fucking probably buy it because it still looks fucking awesome. But still,
All right. I think we've seen enough of that. This is The Last of Us Part 2.
Woo!
yeah.
I've been told about this, and I have a total fucked up idea about it. So.
Oh gosh. Looks beautiful.
The cinematography of this game looks so awesome.
Hey, I like the art of games and movies. There's nothing wrong with that. It's totally normal.
Great angle camera, and the colors are just
The
fantastic.
colors, man.
It all just looks green to me.
It looks great to you, Ninja. Come on.
It did look kind of gray. Gray, green, same thing.
It's a kick-ass tattoo, by the way.
He needs coffee.
He is a she.
She needs coffee.
It's a kick-ass tattoo.
Oh yeah, it's out of tune. Better fix that shit.
That was quite a retune there too, by the way.
That audience of corpses around you totally wants to make sure that guitar's in tune.
The animation's good on the strings.
Mhm.
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I fear no evil because I'm blind to it all. In my mind, my gun, they comfort me.
Just once, I want to hear someone fart at the end of something.
'Cause I know I'll
It's a beautiful
kill
song.
my enemies
I'm sorry.
when they come.
Oh, she's bleeding.
Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell on this earth forevermore. Said I walk beside the still waters and they restore my soul, but I can't walk on the path of the right because I'm wrong. No, I can't walk on the path of the right because I'm wrong.
What are you doing, kiddo? You really gonna go through with this?
I'm gonna find and I'm gonna kill every last one of them.
So there's a time.
Now I'm even more convinced.
That he's
Actually,
dead.
haven't-
That he's
I
dead.
haven't seen it. No, I've actually
She's
haven't
all
seen
grown
the
up.
midst of it now.
She's all grown up. He finally taught her how to play guitar too. I think he's a ghost.
No. See, this is Az told me about this shit. Okay,
No
and I
way.
haven't. That's the first time I saw the video, and he was telling me like, "Oh, she's playing guitar in the house, and there's dead bodies everywhere. And it's fairly obvious she killed everybody." And I said, so basically the way I see it is that this is obviously the future. Blah 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 blah. You know, I have never played the first game, but I've been told basically everything about the first game because you know, and so my whole aspect is that basically as like, oh, see, so the whole story is she's finally snapped. And now she's just killing for the sake of anybody who quote unquote was supposedly doing her wrong in the first game. And the main character who's not going to change, instead of trying to save her now, he's basically either it's gonna obviously have the moral choice because it's a Naughty Dog game.
Sure.
But so my whole aspect is that he's basically now whatever the situation happens after the first game, wherever he takes her, whatever community they're in, he's basically, we'll say, with his experience and the fact that he's basically a cold-hearted killer, is sort of like the police officer, and he's trying to track her down because she's gone total like psychopathic serial killer, and she's hunting the people that she feels have wronged her.
Well, didn't he lie to her at the end of the first game? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just for my own clarification because I've only ever watched this played. I haven't actually played it.
Yeah.
This is Joel and his daughter?
No, it's just a girl.
I may be wrong, so correct me if I am, but the whole thing with the first game is she supposedly has something like an antibody or something in her blood.
She's immune.
She's immune to whatever, to the disease or whatever that's killing everybody. And he's originally hired to bring her back to the society to so they can more or less find the cure, which would generally mean she'd die. And of course, he lost his daughter in the initial outbreak of.
Right, she died super early. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so he more or less views her as his as the adopted.
Yeah, it's a father-daughter relationship, but
Yeah,
they're just
and-
not
Right.
related.
The thing with the end of the game, as I've been told, is if you make the decision, you basically kill all the scientists that are trying to save humanity in order to save your daughter. So you, in one way or another, you condemn humanity to extinction out of saving your daughter's life. So, like I said, that would be and the only reason I say that is it would be the ultimate irony of the flipping of the situation. So I don't know, but after watching the video, that makes me think without a shadow of a doubt, because why is he carrying the gun? All right, in the first place.
Well, maybe he's killing people outside.
He's walking through the house, and the reaction that he's having is not of shock, but he's definitely not he's not comfortable. You can see he's there because he's got a reason to be there. And his interaction with her is, what are you doing? It's not, oh, I understand why you killed them. It's, what are you doing?
Yeah. What are you
The
going to
reaction
do, right?
to that is, I'm going to get the people that fucked me.
I'm going to kill them all.
And even the song that she's singing is explaining the fact that she knows she's not doing the right thing because she's not a good person. So I'm going with the fact that it's going to be the aspect of she's going on a killing spree and you're trying to hunt her down.
Yeah, I could see that.
He may or may not feel responsible because he's the one that saved her life, and now she ends up being just as fucked up as,
And I'm gonna kill every last one of them.
See,
Last one.
that is not the conversation. That is not the rationale of the same person.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Ain't that the truth?
All right, let's move on.
That's my.
Move on to something a little bit lighter.
Hold on for a second. The only reason I say that, and this is it's funny because it goes back to Shadow of the Colossus. When I originally saw Shadow of the Colossus, I was hanging out actually at Az's house. He had bought it and he was playing it. And I was like, oh, this game's fucking awesome. But every time he would beat a boss, he'd go back and do the whole offering thing of like, I killed the fucking thing. It kept getting darker and darker. And spoiler alert, if anybody hasn't played it, I don't give a shit. It's been out for like fucking a decade.
Yeah, it's been there forever.
Time you killed one of the giants, your character got more and more like demented looking. He'd get darker and black things would start like going through him, and you could see like he was being corrupted. And I'm like, this game is going to literally end with like he's destroying the planet or fucking the world because he's trying to bring back his girlfriend or whatever. And he's like, nah, man, that's fucking bullshit. That isn't what this game's about. No. Yeah, it's exactly what the game's about. The game literally, it's like at the end of the game, it's like, yeah, you brought her back, but what did you actually bring back? And it's not a happy ending in that game. So, and he still bitches at me anytime I bring that up. So that's my guess on that. It's not going to be it's Naughty Dog. It's not going to be a happy ending.
Yeah.
So that's my guess.
I would agree with that. All right, and up next is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
So excited.
The fate of the universe lies on your shoulders. Now, whatever you do, don't push this button. Because that will set off the bomb immediately, and we'll all be dead. Now, repeat back what I just said.
I am Groot.
No! That's the button that will kill everyone! Try again.
I am Groot.
Mm-hmm.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
No!
Baby Groot.
Showtime, a-holes!
Baby Groot.
Does anybody have any tape out there? I want to put some tape over the death button. Nobody has any tape. Not a single person has tape. You have an atomic bomb in your bag. If anybody's gonna have tape, it's you. I have to do everything. You are wasting a lot of time. That's a really bad sign.
If I touch someone, I can feel their feelings. You feel love.
Yeah, I guess, I feel a general unselfish love for just about everybody.
No, sexual love.
No, I don't.
For her.
No. Please tell everyone your deepest, darkest secret.
Dude, come on. I think you're overreacting a little bit.
You must be so embarrassed. Do me.
That's great.
It's super promising.
I can't fucking wait.
Yeah. What did they give us? What's the release date?
It's next summer.
2017. Yeah.
It's summer 2017, which means that they're actually throwing it into the main fray of summer movie releases, which is amazing because
It crushed it. The first one crushed it.
I'm not going to say it didn't crush it, but let's not forget they released it during a time of the year when literally nothing is out. It's not hard to crush it when you have no competition, which to say.
Well, they released it then because nobody goes to the movies.
Yeah, and it's still fucking.
And
did.
people, they crushed it. So.
So they're throwing it. It's probably gonna be going against all the other complete trash that gets released during the summer. So.
I'm super excited. I loved the first one. And I saw the first one in theaters. It was really good. Yeah. I'm super excited for that one. It looks to be on par already with the first one.
Yeah.
The theme is there.
Without a doubt, and the chemistry is definitely there between all the characters.
So this is the first trailer for.
Teenager Groot is going to be a nightmare.
What was that?
Teenager Groot is going to be a nightmare.
Tween Groot.
Man.
Toddler Groot.
Did Vin Diesel get paid?
Got him going.
Did Vin Diesel get paid a ridiculous amount of money to do the voice?
I would assume he has the role, and they just it's obviously modulated somebody's voice.
Without a doubt, they did. I'm just curious if they paid. Vin
I would imagine it's probably him again. This is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Why does he have wings?
Spider-Man, man.
Why does he have wings?
Because Iron Man gives him a suit.
That has wings.
It's not wings, it's help.
It's just webbing.
Yeah, webbing.
What's up, guys? Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. I can tell Hulk gives it away.
Oh, shit. That was awesome.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yo, throwing the other guy's fist into his face. That was cool.
Does Liz get a new top? No, you've seen that before. Never with that skirt.
Should probably stop staring before it gets creepy, though.
Too late. You guys are losers.
So, to become an Avenger, are there, trials or an interview?
Just don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
Oh. That's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the door for you.
All right, kid. Good luck out there.
That's not a hug.
Listen, I know school sucks.
Peter, you still with us? Yeah.
I know you want to save the world, but you're not ready yet.
You're the Spider-Man.
No, I'm not. I'm not. This is just a costume. This is
You're on the ceiling.
Stay close to the ground and stay out of trouble. Forget the flying monster guy. There are people who handle this sort of thing.
I'm sick of him treating me like a kid all the time.
But you are a kid.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Peter, what is going on with you?
I'm really sorry. I'm so busy. I'm slammed.
Don't mess with me, because I will kill you.
I didn't know Keaton was in it. Nice.
All I have to say is I'm happy it's not a fucking origin story.
What's wrong with origin story?
That was really cool.
We've seen the fucking Peter Parker origin story 10 times in the past 10 years.
Twice.
And only done well like twice.
10 times, twice.
They did twice.
I don't give a shit. It's been twice in the past 10 years, literally.
We all know the origin story by this point.
Exactly. You don't need an origin story for a character everybody
You know the origin story. You
knows
should know
about.
that that's not the Spider-Man suit that they had made for him. That's not the Iron Spider.
This feels very
Thank you, Saul.
Bobber.
No, it's not that one. But but didn't he give him something? I thought he gave him stuff at the end of the Avengers movie or Civil War. Didn't he give him something at the end of Civil War?
I gave him something. It might
I
have been
haven't
a
seen
suit.
Avengers, so.
I assumed it was that.
It might have been a suit.
I assumed that was that with the little, assistance.
I know that there is one point in time in the comics where he does have the little web wings, though.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, comic book nerd. Okay,
You were on the ceiling. I
I'm
like
gonna say
that. That was
I'm
funny.
gonna say this right now, and I'm just gonna. All right, I haven't seen the Avengers movie because I don't watch movies. But I have to admit this does look good. And the only reason
Any of the Avengers movies?
no, I've seen them. I just haven't seen the most recent.
The Civil War.
Yeah, I
What
haven't
is
seen.
wrong with you?
Civil War is a good one.
The reason I like this and I like what I've seen so far is one, it's interesting to see the whole Iron Man trying to
Mentor?
mentor
Daddy thing?
Daddy thing, yes.
Daddy.
All right. It's also funny because if you know
Daddy
that,
billion bucks.
It's not fan fiction, Torrensall.
if you know how your structured his contracts, it's even better to see him making tons and tons of money off this. But it's interesting. I like the fact it's not an origin story. That is awesome. There are the Hollywood is actually going. You know who fucking Spider-Man is.
Oops.
I like that.
This is also the time right after the origins. I mean, they're practically doing everything except having him get bit by a spider.
Yeah, but see, that's fine though because it's the aspect you're getting to learn the new character. It's not treating you like you're a moron and need to know that he was bit by a radioactive spider. You know what I mean? It's the aspect that this kid's already, Iron Man knows who he is. You know what I mean? It's the aspect that and not even knows who he is. He knows who his real identity is. He's not
He has like unlimited resources though. If anybody's gonna find out, it's gonna be Iron Man.
Yeah, but see that
Very good at research.
He's very good at
That's
research.
it though. It's paying homage to the character of Stark. He's not an idiot. Stark's power is Iron Man is ungodly strong, but Stark's biggest strength is his mental facility, But I like the character. I like the fact they're making the character even seeming more nerdy and geeky than they've done in previous incarnations. And like I said, everything I've seen so far actually looks like it's going to actually be decent. So, and it really looks good. The fact that he's a complete smartass.
It does kind of make me wonder, though, if they're going to start with all the Avengers as they give them their own movies, just making them all crossover movies. Because before this, none of the other characters really showed up in the Thor movies or in the Iron Man movies. It was just about them. But the Spider-Man movie, it's looking more like a crossover, really.
Well, that's because Fox owns Spider-Man, right? Fox finally gave Marvel the ability to do it. They have an agreement essentially with each other that they're gonna let him appear in the Avengers movies.
I think it's one of those things where Fox realizes that Marvel
They've been sucking at it.
Well, Marvel currently has a franchise that prints money.
Right.
And,
I think Marvel's doing this movie for them.
Which
or no,
would be
Sony. I think Sony is the one that has them.
Which still would be fantastic because they know what they're doing. Fox obviously has no fucking clue. So, I mean, right now I think DC's probably asking Disney to fucking maybe, hey, you want to make a deal? Because DC doesn't know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to their movies either.
That's very Spider-Man from the other movie. They did the same thing. Which one was that? Was that the Tobey Maguire one?
I'm willing to bet it's probably something straight out of the comics. Comic book nerd?
I knew you'd throw a curveball at me.
In the movie, they did something very much like this.
But it could be going back to a comic book scene.
Could be.
I would be completely and utterly shocked if it's not something from a comic. because it just first off, it shows you not only the self-sacrifice mentality. I love how it's got I love how we have the shot of the Statue of Liberty in the background.
Yeah.
There's your
It's your cinematography. I don't go to a Marvel movie for the cinematography.
It's also showing the utter. It's showing the utter pure strength that Spider-Man actually has, which is something that rarely is actually discussed about how strong the character really is.
Yeah, I don't want to get to know any of these people in this.
What's with the dude that's like hanging out on the edge over there, just like, oh, what's going on over here?
No, I'm gonna counter that. Hold on, I'm gonna counter that. Dave's world. Why doesn't he have a cell phone in his hand taking video?
Yeah, there was a person with a selfie stick before.
It
And
looks like he's just chilling.
Where is it? Somebody had a selfie stick. See if I can find it.
But he goes from Washington D.C. to New York. I mean, I don't know how far apart those really are, but it seems pretty well traveled.
6 hours away, 6 to 7 hours away, depending on traffic.
There's your cell phone. There's your cell phone.
There's another one on the far left.
You got a
too.
selfie.
There's a selfie stick on the far left.
Damn, a bunch of selfie sticks. What the hell?
They're everywhere.
I don't think I've seen that many selfie sticks in my life.
What's behind them that they're staring at?
Product placement.
Right?
No, I'm saying it does look. I have to admit, it does look good. I like the way they've designed the character. I know, Bone, you were fanboying over it from the and I obviously
From Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they did a good job. In Civil War.
Everybody said in Civil War it was the first time they actually felt that they got the Spider-Man character right.
Yeah, they nailed him pretty good. Yeah,
So
he was good. I liked him.
They're keeping that same mentality. So I'm going to say it looks. I would see it. I mean, yeah. I mean,
You'd have to see Civil War first.
Yeah.
Shut up.
His origin story, if you will. All right, the final one is The Mummy, and this is not a Brendan Fraser Mummy reboot. This is like the original 1930s reboot.
Pause this for a second. I just want to say this. I saw this preview, or a majority of this preview, like 2 mornings ago. Every morning I usually sit there and watch some random YouTube shit, and it was one of the ads, and I didn't actually hit skip because it caught my attention primarily because who's in it. But I have to say that after watching the preview, the last thing in my fucking brain was, this is The Mummy? I literally, at the end of the video, I was like, what the fuck does this have to do with The Mummy?
Yeah, no, it's not a reboot of the Brendan Fraser Mummy. This is a reboot of the original, and this is part of, I forget who the publishers are, but they're rebooting all their monster franchises, and this is one of them. And this trailer is bizarre. It's very disjointed as far as I'm concerned. Excuse me, hiccups.
Acting.
You thought I was asleep. Acting.
It was so intense, I couldn't think.
Pan, this is November 4, 09er.
Was it for a second, though? See, right there, and then I thought it was a vampire. I'm like, that's vampires and shit. That's like bats.
Weird scream too.
She's not saying no because she doesn't want to leave you. She's saying no because you're about to do something extremely stupid.
Yeah, likely would have killed her.
Did he die then? Did he die?
Did he?
It's Tom Cruise. Is he gonna die?
Yeah, they're gonna kill the guy that paid
Does
millions
he
of dollars.
die in the story?
It looked like he did.
To a new
Or
world
was he saved by the mummy in the story?
of gods
It's a good question.
Reincarnated?
and monsters.
It's a trailer for the new Mummy movie.
She is real. Please meet Princess Amunet. She will claim what she has been denied.
Mummy is a mummy.
And at this exact point, I went, the fuck?
Yeah, it's a weird trailer.
It's like Mission
It's the
Impossible
Mummy?
6, The Mummy.
It's
I would
a
just call it an hour and 30 minutes of watching Tom Cruise survive things that should have killed him.
it's a weird one. It's a weird trailer. It's like it's real slow in the beginning, and then it's all over the place.
At no fucking point during this trailer do I think mummy. At no point. The only thing that came to my brain was vampire. I'm sorry, I thought this was going to be another one of the.
It's a Egyptian-looking person in a sarcophagus.
No, go back. There is nothing.
More like a
Hold on,
kraken.
go back to that. There is nothing mummy. There is nothing Egyptian about that sarcophagus. Nothing. Remotely nothing. Nothing at all.
Necklace, maybe.
No, not even. I mean, it's more fucking like. It looks like even like fucking
Alien shit.
Yeah.
Well, even well, I mean, it looked very aquatic, and now I'm seeing the aquatic scene.
Aquatic. Thank you. That's the
And-
word I was looking for.
Yeah, it's very aquatic. Maybe it's an Atlantean mummy.
A mermaid.
Atlantis, possibly.
If she's gonna be nude the entire
Atlantis.
time, I can't complain about
Well, you saw at the front shot there, she decides to have some modesty and put a bra on. Because we couldn't get that. Go back. Hold on. Go back to that pen. We're gonna see naked. Wait, go back a little bit further.
Oh yeah, she was naked.
Right. Shooting, yes, jumping, action.
It's so quick. It's
Tom
hard to
Cruise,
find the
there
right
you go.
spot.
Naked. Okay, completely naked. Bra. So
Well, she's got
obviously the
tattered clothes.
She has a fucking bra on. Obviously, the mummy has modesty. Okay.
What I want to know is what made her
Oh, if you run around too long with the booze out, they get
If she
tender.
started off naked, what made her think, I'm gonna put on this tattered piece of cloth?
Maybe she was naked for a special ceremony.
See, she didn't think that.
Those are hard enough to get into that it's not worth it.
I literally nothing about that trailer made me think mummy. I literally I literally was watching this and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, this looks actually interesting. You know, Tom Cruise is a decent actor, even though he's completely fucking psychotic. So it's like it looked interesting, but I was thinking like a new vampire movie. What is the who wrote Interview with the Vampire Soul?
Anne Rice.
Yeah, I was literally thinking this was like another. They were gonna be jumping to another fucking one of her books.
Weird.
Like the next.
Well, Anne
part
Rice
of,
did also have a mummy series, but it's not like this.
I like the shot. I liked a lot of this scene where like you're seeing the zero gravity from the steep dive.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's neat. But this part right here, where he literally pulls her chute and she goes flying out of the plane. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
It all
that's
feels Mission Impossible to me.
Nice
Yeah.
that it stopped tumbling for that second, and then the second she flew out, then it started tumbling again.
Yeah, and the fact that the G-forces would have snapped her spine like a twig.
yeah, from 300 to 0.
It would have, yeah. So yeah,
She got smacked by the wing of the plane on the way out.
So then the next question is towards like, is he dead? Of course he's not dead. It's Tom Cruise. He's going to be
You
the
know,
main.
Tom Cruise stays naked in the whole movie.
He looks massive there, by the way.
Yeah, he does actually. Yeah, well, he's fit. He's a fit individual.
He
he's
is
also
fit.
like 5'2".
Yes, yeah, he's short.
But it's like there's nothing about this movie that makes me think
And
mummy.
So it looks aquatic to me too,
Yeah, that's
like
yeah.
monster style.
So I think you hit the nail on the head there. So I bet you this is Atlantis. I bet you they're going with a previous where the Egyptians quote unquote learned their shit. So obviously this is going to have to deal with something prior to. I don't even know if they'll pay anything. Obviously it's running off.
She's got blue fingers.
Right.
Do we see webbing? We do
No.
not see webbing. We see blue fingers.
Blue
but
fingers.
wearing condoms on her fingers.
Man, it's a shame when.
No, wait. Hold on. Go back to that.
Go back.
Yeah, I see webbing.
Where?
Where do you see webbing?
Her left hand, thumb between thumb and forefinger, right there. Webbing.
I think that's just her hand.
I think that's just her hand. We all have skin there.
Fuck you.
Everybody has skin between their thumb and finger.
Foreskin.
More Enchantress, like that was my thought. She looks like their version of the Enchantress from Suicide Squad.
You know what? Nothing new in Hollywood. So
I was trying to see if those are actual hieroglyphics when it scans through this.
that looks hieroglyphic in nature.
It does.
It looks like also scribbly marks to make it look hieroglyphic without actually
There's
having
a lot
any
of horses
hieroglyphics.
in those hieroglyphics.
It looks more Sanskrit, to be honest, but I'm sorry, I'm whipping history out. But yeah,
She lost her necklace in a porta potty. That's why her fingers are blue. Ice said.
hey, there you go, man. Wait a second.
There you go.
That? Goddamn, what fucking movie was that? Ice, I need your movie. What movie was the movie where like the main character has his hand is blue half the movie because he pulls the fucking wedding ring out?
The
of
Abyss.
The Abyss. That's it. Oh, there you go. That was what it is. They're paying tribute to The Abyss.
That's a good movie, by the way, for all you sci-fi fans that have not seen it.
It is a fantastic movie. It really, really is. And it's got a really it's well acted. It's a good movie.
I do have a loot box if we want to open it real
Do it.
quick. This is Loot Gaming for, I guess, December. I haven't even opened it to look to see what anything is, so pardon me while I figure what this stuff is. I got a t-shirt. It's a long sleeve t-shirt, an Assassin's Creed Black Flag t-shirt. You guys can't see it. Let's see if I can, hang on a second. Let's do...
I'm watching on
How come Assassin's Creed always seems to show up even when I don't want it to?
It's weird though. It's got like a
it's
black the upper half to it. It's weird. Anyways,
it's like a baseball t-shirt.
yeah, it's like a baseball shirt.
Almost.
Yeah, yeah, maybe it is three. It might be 3/4 length sleeves rather than full length sleeves. No, they're full length. I got a Capcom. What is this? Okami thing?
Wolf Okami.
It's a dog looking thing. I have no idea what this is.
It's a wolf.
What's it from?
Okami?
Yeah.
It's from a PlayStation game.
Oh, that's why I don't know it. Sorry about the
That
lag.
is awesome, actually, dude. That's
It'll
a
go-
game I bought and never played.
Is that the paintbrush one?
Yes, it's the paintbrush game.
The
Yeah.
paintbrush one, yeah.
That'll go on the shelf.
Awesome. See, that would be one of the games, Ben, that you'd like because it has a lot to do with the cinematography and the design.
It's actually pretty heavy for what it's made out of plastic, obviously, but it's a good quality plastic. And Dragon Age, something or other character. Let's whip it out.
You're gonna whip it out here on the camera?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
You're gonna have to tell me who this is.
You didn't know what a kami was, my god.
I never played Dragon Age.
Ah, dear god. A
Okay, I
kami
haven't
was a
either.
Dragon Age. Which Dragon Age is the question?
What
Dragon
is
Age,
that?
the hero. This is. Oh, there's a bunch of characters on the side
What the
here.
fuck is that shit?
Morrigan?
Morgan, okay. Morgan is the cool fucking chick from Dragon Age. It's
This
also
is
the chick
pretty
who's
cheap.
like a whole bunch of shit. I think she got original start in Farscape. And she
And
was in Stargate.
we've got something Castlevania. It's a box. Looks like a pencil case, but I don't think it is a pencil case. It's actually a pretty cool little box. Let's see. What am I doing here? Oh my gosh.
What the hell? Okay, I'm watching the video and it's delayed. So that's not really working.
Oh, it's a sword. Nice.
It's a pencil or a
A letter opener.
and it's from Berserk.
I don't know if we can get that to refocus. There we go.
I'm betting it's from Berserk.
It's not bad.
Castlevania.
Oh, never mind. I have a delayed video. I'm watching the fucking.
A Castlevania letter opener?
I like it.
It's neat.
Yeah.
That's interesting looking.
Yeah. That's really it. There's a
Plastic?
poster. No, it's metal. It's a heavy metal. Let's see.
It's pooter.
It's heavy. It's heavy metal.
It's pooter.
This says there's supposed to be something blue. Whatever. Castlevania letter opener. Assassin's Creed Jackdaw Crest T. Okami Den figure and the Dragon Age Origins Sacred Ashes Morrigan figure. And then there's a crappy poster. So yeah, that's it. Not the coolest one ever, but the t-shirt's actually pretty nice. I will wear the t-shirt for sure. And the letter opener's fun, I guess.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, pretty neat. How neat is that?
Somebody with that.
It's pretty neat.
How neat is that? Oh, and there's a little blue flame thing that came with that little Dragon Age figure. Sorry, I didn't see that before. But that's all I got. Anybody else?
Nope.
Anything to add?
I think that's it.
Alrighty. What do we know what we're gonna do after this?
Nope.
Who knows?
Okay, cool. All right, so we'll be back in like
I'm gonna assume party games. I think that's
Probably Jackbox.
Okay.
Jackbox,
Yeah, we can do Jackbox.
Cards Against Humanity.
All right. So,
Hitler! Secret Hitler!
Secret
Hitler. This always kills me off.
The only way.
I'm always Hitler in that game. I hate it.
It's always Hitler.
I hate that game.
Hold on. The only way, there's always a Nazi.
It's like the numbers are not in my favor.
The only way I'm playing Secret Hitler is if Ice can play.
I don't think he's got.
He's got to get it.
I'm saying that because I want to see Ninja buy it for him.
Already purchasing it.
It's just like already buying it.
Yeah, it's a tabletop simulator game.
All right then.
Drunkle Phil wants to know if it's tabletop simulator. It is.
Yes, it is.
It is a tabletop simulator game. The more people we have,
The more people, the better, and the less chance that I'm Hitler.
Better Secret Hitler.
let's put it this way, Bone. You're always going to.
It's gonna, we're gonna have like max number of players, and I'm still gonna
Anybody who
get
hasn't played Secret Hitler, the whole object of the game is
to lie.
lying and trying to bullshit.
Dude, they
your
should
way.
do a Trump edition of Secret Hitler.
Oh, man. Well, no politics, man.
It's probably already out. Somebody's probably already done it.
Without a doubt.
It's not like it's a hard thing to do. You just change Hitler to Trump, and it's over.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah, so we'll be back in like 5 minutes. We're gonna take a quick break, get something to drink, and we'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow if you're not already. Thanks.